Hi guys, I'm Asif Ali and you're watching CGHOW video. Today I created this very simple game effect. You can use it somewhere in your game. I didn't name it yet. I don't know what is it, but I just created to show you how to put some elements like these uh, in an effect. So if you haven't subscribed my YouTube channel yet, please subscribe it. If you like this tutorial, like, share and comment, and let's start this tutorial.
CGHOW. CGHOW.
First of all, subscribe my YouTube channel and also click on bell icon so you will receive all new video notification. So first I'll create a material for a sphere. So and let's create a label also. So like you have let's just create a blank label here, and I'll open this, and then I'll create exponent height fog gray. Okay, so we have this, and make it little darker. Okay, so now I need a material m sphere energy, I need a vinyl, I need texture, and this texture should pan, and also I'll change the tiling. Okay, I want this type, and then I will add vinyl on this, but before that I will use the power. Then I will also take the black body and multiply this noise and then feed to black body. So if I multiply it like 4000, you can see that. And let's make it a little faster. And now you can add this thing on this, so on black body. So I will just add this here, and now here I will multiply it maybe uh, with a color, maybe 200, and just connect it here. So we will have edges, and I can make it like this. Okay, and the same noise you can just multiply with the vertex normal, and then again multiply to control that WPO, maybe 20. We will check it later, we can make parameter, but for now maybe 5, and just save this. So we have this, we will change it later, and I will also make it unlit two side, not two side, just okay, just save it. Okay, so now here need a Niagara, and this is the FX, and in the first emitter I will just use a mesh, and we need a sphere. I have already sphere, so I'll just search here sphere, and we have this, and then this material I will apply here. I remove all these modules for now. I just need one mesh, one emitter, and then it should be spawned just once, and life is infinite. Let it compile. This looks different because the UVs mesh is different. It is not the same sphere that we have in material. So let me search. Yeah, maybe this one. This is also locally. Yeah. Okay, fine for now. So this is our sphere. We can change it later. And I will make it local, save, and drag it into the viewport. So this is here. And I want this texture to pan very fast. So let's make it 5 and save it. And this texture looks very same every time. So what we can do, we can duplicate this whole thing, Control D, and then we can use a different tiling and different speed, maybe 1 and 2, and then we can add these together. So this will come here, and I will add these two textures together. Let's save it. So this is how it looks now. So I'll leave it now like this, and we'll create something out of this. So I need a mesh for that, so I'll use Maya. Let the Maya open. So Maya has opened, and I'll take a slender, and then let's make radius. I'll delete top and bottom, and then let me down. So pivot will be here, and then I'll make bottom little broad. Like this, and slightly this will, I'll make this little more here. Okay, I'll use it like this, and or maybe like this. Okay, so let's just open this UV editor, and I'll select out and normalize it to fit the grid. And then actually I should have do one thing. I should have used less polygons, less subdivision. So when I'll smooth this like this, so there are lots of vertical edges that I don't want, but okay, I can use it like this. You can move it a little up. Okay, I'll export it to the desktop, FBX, and this is like tube, so let's call it tube on desktop, and here I will import that quickly. Desktop and tube. We can use the same material that we are using for the sphere, and that can look good. I don't know, maybe we can change something in that. So I'll just duplicate this, and this is my tubes, and I'll just change the mesh with the same material I'll use here. So now if I increase the size, I'll turn this off, and I'll increase the size. I have this tube, and if I take the shape location and then ring and direct distribution and use the execution index here, and then I'll use three particles. So you can see we have three tubes, but they are facing the x-axis. I want to face that sphere. So for that you need to take the initial mesh orientation, and here take the orient to vector, then connect it to the shape vector. So now you can see these are facing the sphere, and you can decrease the size of location. So you have this. Okay, so we can change something in the material. So I'll just duplicate this, and this will be M tube. And here what I'll change, I don't need to use this first thing. Then I'll use additive or maybe transient, and I'll just connect the same thing, actually these two things. So I'll just add this fresnel and this noise, and this will go to my opacity. Okay, and then I need to change the tile, so I'll just preview this mesh here, and then we can adjust the tiling. So if I preview this one only, this texture, so I need to decrease this Y, so that's how it will stretch. So same thing here, I need to decrease this maybe 1 and make it 2. So texture will now stretch on this tube like this, and I will decrease this panning speed also to 2 and 1, and let's save this. And I'll use that M tube material here. Okay, so now I want something here, the rings and some glow. So first I need a ring here, so I'll make a material M ring, and there are lots of ways to make a ring. You can just subtract one radial to another radial, or you can just take the radial, then take the vector to radial and connect this linear UV, so you will have this. Okay, and after that you can make a dynamic parameter for the density, and then take the step node, and I'll do this. So now if I decrease the step to 0.5, you can see we have black ring. I want white ring, so I'll just invert it, and I'll take the mask unlit to side it, and then I need a particle color that will go here, and this will be my opacity, and then this step will be my parameter. So this is step, default value 0.5. Okay, I'll just save it. I'll browse this material, and here we have already 3 tubes, so I will duplicate these 3 tubes, and this will be my rings, and I'll just remove the mesh renderer and take the sprite and that material. And if I increase that radius of the circle, you can see I have just 3 rings, and they are camera facing, so you need to make it custom vector here, custom alignment, custom facing vector. Then take the align sprite to mesh, we don't need this, and I'll just align it on the Z axis. Then in the shape location, in the offset mode, use the default and make it down here, and then I'll increase the size of the sprite, turn off the mask that we don't require. Okay, and then In the dynamics parameter, we have two things, density and step. This is the default value we have in the material. So with this we can increase or decrease the thickness, and this is also this kind of same thing. So this much is enough, and we can make this like hot red. And then I want a glow inside it, so I will again duplicate this, and this time I'll call it glow. And instead of this material I'll take the radial and this one, and we have three particles, so I will here make it uh, infinite, and this time life is infinite. Turn this off. So now the life is random. I'll make the direct maybe 0.5, and then this will I'll make 0.2, and then I'll take the size of a sprite and use this curve. So if I play, I have this glow, so I'll take the scale color and I'll use fade in fade out, and then this glow is too much, let's make it 5, and then increase the size maybe 80 or 100. Now you can see we have a glow inside, that is scaling, looks good. You can slightly change the color to yellowish, so that will look good. Okay, now I want a particle trail rotating around these rings, and how you will do that, let me show you. So like you have this glow, I'll duplicate this and let's isolate it for a while, and let's make the life infinite again, and this thing just spawn once. Okay, so it just spawning once, and then life is infinite. I'll remove these two modules and also dynamic parameter. Okay, so I don't need this alignment here, and I don't need the alignments here also. Okay, so and also let's decrease the particle size a little bit, maybe 10. Oh, 10 here, or maybe 20. So you have these three particles, and you can turn this off for now. And if you take the rotate around point, you can put some radius here like 100, and if I play these, and you need to put the value in the rate, so it will rotate the particles. And okay, so you can see all three particles rotating at the same speed. So if you want some offset, you have this phase, you can increase or decrease, so you can just directly connect the execution index here. Turn this off. So you have these three particles rotating, but these are rotating to the center of this whole system. And by it's spawning again, oh, let me decrease the speed to 0.2. Okay, so I want these three to rotate around these, not around the center. And why these are spawning again and again? Once fixed and 5. That's it. Something wrong I have done. This thing is not seems to be working. Let me reset it once. Life is infinite now. This thing is weird. Let me check. So I just compiled this full rebuild, and this has fixed now because life is infinite, so it just spawned once and there are three. So the rotation point is center for these three, and how to fix that? So what you can do, you can now turn this off and turn the shape location And see, we have these three particles which have a location. So we can tell this rotator that use this location as the center of my rotation. So if you see here, there is a rotation center that is 0. So you can tell this to use the initial position. So you just need to connect here initial position, and that's it. So if I show you, they are taking this initial rotation, but because the radius is 100, you need to decrease this to maybe 30, and let's increase the speed for now and see. Let's make it 50 for now, or 80. So you can see now these are rotating around the ring. I can make it 70. And now what you can do, this is my source, and then you can duplicate this again, and this will be your trail. And in the trail, I don't need these modules, and light should be it is 1 now, and just use from emit from the source emitter and hit that fix button. It will spawn one more module here, and also make it infinite. So you can see now particles trails, and I can increase the particle spawn rate, and now we can use the size and this curve, and also curl noise little bit, maybe 50, and I'll decrease the size of particle, maybe 10, and this should be very bright, maybe 500, and also size should be 10. Okay, this can be little bit. So we have these elements now, and now we can add more elements, like if I duplicate this glow, copy and paste here. So this is the glow for the 3, and I just want glow on my sphere, so I'll delete this, and also I'll delete this and reset these. So we have this glow, and I don't want burst, and reset this also. I want spawn rate maybe 5, and the life may be random, like this. So we have a glow, you can see here, and I'll make the alpha, actually this thing 1, and little darker, sorry, little reddish, and I'll increase the size to random 500 and 200, actually 300 and 100. So there's some glow also. Then I'll duplicate this glow again, Control D, and this time in this glow I'll use a flash texture, maybe this one. This is very simple material, simple texture inside it. Okay, so I'll use this, and you can see already how it looks. So I can increase the size maybe 600 and 400. So there will be some rays out of that. You can make it a little brighter also. I'll just randomize this a little bit. Okay, so till now we have this, and it's already looks something good. These tubes are very sharp from the bottom. I want little fadeness. So in the tube material, I'll use texture coordinate and mask, and I'll use the red channel maybe. Let me check. No, green channel. Then the black part is on the top. I want here, so I'll just invert it. Then use the power. So there will be black, and this is too much actually. Let's use 1, and then I'll multiply this whole thing with the opacity and just save it. Now there is little fairness, and I think I'll decrease that thing to maybe 0.5. Just save it. Okay, and now I'll add the post and make it infinite. And then I'll duplicate this glow again, copy, paste it here. So let's call it dark, and I want translucent material here, translucent radial like this. And again this is 3, so I just want 1, so I'll delete this, and also I will need this. And in the burst I'll use rate, reset these settings, rate maybe 5, and but it's not visible. Why this is not visible? It's weird. It is not visible for some weird reason. Let's delete this and paste it again, that emitter, dark. So you can see we have 3. Let's delete the shape. We have 1, and if I make this black, it turns transparent because this is additive material. I'll take again translucent. Okay, now it's showing, and we can offset it from here. If I turn this whole effect on, this is too much down. Let's adjust this here, little down, and then we can increase the size. Okay, so now we have this. I can make the life maybe 1, and then size little down. And in the post I'll use maybe standard one. I'll make the life random actually. And these tubes are not very smooth, so in Maya you can just smooth it, but your mesh will be high poly. You need to work on that properly. But for this tutorial I'm doing that. One more thing I would like to do, I will duplicate the tube material, not tube material actually, tube material, control D. This is tube 1. In this one, I'll just take the dynamic parameter and multiply it, and then take the vertex normal connected here and connected here, and this will be my WPO. And then I'll take the particle color and just multiply this emissive with that. That's it. I'll just hit save. So now I'll just browse this material, and in my FX I'll duplicate this, Control D, and we have this tube 1. I'll change the material, okay, and in the dynamics parameter I can use this WPA to make it fatty or make it thinner like this. There is a limit, that's, and you can make that if this is not translucent, this is not additive, it is translucent, so you can make it black if you want, like this. And let me check one more thing. Yeah, in the opacity I'll just multiply this with opacity also, and now we can increase the opacity like 5 or 2, so they will be darker inside. And then the outer thing, we should increase the brightness. So in the material we don't have control actually, so I'll take the particle color and do the same thing there. And now we can make that brighter by just increasing this value, and we can also use alpha if you want. So we have now something good. This trail is not much visible, so what I'll do here, we have this source and trail. First, this source should be very bright, maybe 5000, and then this trail maybe 50, and this is going, under the black part. So you can fix that by using the shorting. You can make it just 1, and also this 1, so it will be brighter every time. You can add lots of other emitter here, lots of other elements here if you want, but I think this is it. One more thing I'll do, I'll use that ring, copy and paste it here, and in this ring, because these are 3, I'll remove the shape location. So we have just to and we need to offset it. Okay, if you turn all emitter, you can now adjust this thing and fade this maybe 5 or 1. And then we have this dynamic parameter, step is 0.6, and if I increasing, you can see at 0.7 it's going completely gone. So we can animate it from 0.6 to 0.7, and then we can also use the size, and then we can use this curve from 0 to 1, and then increase the size in 500, and in burst I'll use 1, and this thing I'll reset this and also this, and make the life maybe 1. So if I play, there's a ring, and you can decrease this 0.5 maybe, and size should be maybe 100. Oh, this one 1000, or maybe the light should be 2, and this should be actually and the color should be even faded, almost gone. So there is something noticeable. Okay. This is actually masked, and actually I would change something here. So in the ring material, I'll control D and make that translucent and then connect it here. Save this, and I'll use this material in my rings here. And we can decrease now alpha 0.5, 0.2. So now there is something that you can see. It is not very noticeable. So that's it. I'll finish this tutorial now because we have enough elements. So thanks for watching. Keep learning. Bye bye.